Welcome to today's extremely special show. We have not had the men of the verticals, the leading men of the verticals, which are like the hottest thing right now, the newest form of romance drama, all on your app, are with us today. Nick Ritacco, Sam Myerson, Eric Guilmette, and Robert Palmer Watkins, who many of you remember as Dillon Quartermaine on General Hospital, because Rob and I have talked over the years many times. You look very duded out, Rob. Are you on set? What's going on?
I'm actually, yes, I'm on set of a vertical right now. The guys called me out right away because they recognized this suit, probably because we've all been in the same suit, probably, but not the same exact suit, but the same style.
Amazon Essentials.
What's that?
Amazon Essentials suit.
Yeah, baby.
It would have been nice if you rocked up to this with a suit on.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
It looks nice.
Rob. Really
That's what I should have said. No, I dressed for you guys. Just for you.
Why not?
Exactly. So I want to talk to you guys. This is, a lot. Some people don't know what verticals are. Some people are just but you have fans literally globally and worldwide with this. So I guess, Eric, I wanted to say, like, how did you first come into this? I mean, you have been a romance book model cover and everything like that. How did they kind of find you or you find them?
To be honest, I don't know. I started in like 6 years ago. I started doing romance novel covers, and that became my brand, if you will, my bread and butter.
Whoa!
Yeah, that became my brand, and I started to make a name for myself there, and then I became an actor, and it became a very seamless transition once Verticals came along to kind of start filming romance, because it's a romance novel come to life, sometimes written well, sometimes written poorly, and that's what Verticals became. And so now we found our way into this crazy space, and here we are with all these hunky guys.
Here's something. I adopted my stolen baby. Is this funny?
Yeah, great title. That was not what it was titled when I signed on, but that's the title.
That was the title. And then there's Campus Rivals.
Yes.
Yes.
That one's probably written well, because didn't you help create that one, Eric?
Yeah, so me and Adam Santa Cruz co-produced that with Brielle, and Nick actually played. I'm wearing Nick's shirt in that poster, which is hilarious. It made the poster. Nick came on and was one of my frat bros on that show. Came by to have some fun, and that's a good show. It's everyone. What I like about that show is there's no like perfect character. Everyone is slightly flawed. Whereas like Verticals, it's like the lead guy is a billionaire and he's blah blah blah. But it's like everyone's kind of a real person in that show.
Nick, I wanted to say, you've been doing these for a while. I know that they kind of like, for actors, this has been a life save at certain points too, because a lot of production is left Los Angeles. There wasn't as much work. Things kind of hit a really bad spot during the pandemic and all of that, and the actor strike and things like that. Has this been kind of a way to continue to act and make a dollar? And
yeah, I mean, yes, definitely for me. I moved to LA in January of 2020. I got here. I was at about 3 months of real life before COVID sort of shut everything down. And Verticals there was a few Lifetime movies that I still was able to work on in that period of time. But then really around 2023, mid-year was when I booked my first Vertical. And it has been, just like you said, a lot of lifesaver. It is a pathway to work and a pathway to meet a lot of really cool people at a rate at which I don't think was really even possible before Verticals existed. I mean, we're shooting movies in 7 to 9, 10 days, whatever. And then a lot of the time we're on to the next set. A couple of days after that, working on another almost feature-length film with a whole other crew of
Verticals.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Some, oh man, you dug deep here.
Bound to the Bastard Billionaire, one of my faves.
It's just really a classic, it really is just it's a classic.
It's like 3 of the words that are on the bingo card, it's sort of like trying to figure out how many you
can put them all in the title.
Yeah.
I know. And Sam, how about you? Mm-hmm. You came into this. I know you just had this recently.
I was worried that you were going to pop some stuff up on
but
me
it's
now.
Good. Isn't this a great shot?
That is. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Let's just
yeah,
call it a great shot. Okay.
Thank you. I got approached to do my first vertical. I think it was like March of 2022 or 21. I don't know what it was, and I kind of didn't know anything about this world, what it was. I saw some examples of it, and I mean, I was working before. I mean, I've been at this, over a decade, and with everything that was going on with the shutdowns and the strikes and everything like that, it's been incredible to kind of find this little outlet and find the fans, this new like group of fans that are kind of like an offset of the soap opera fans, which I was dabbling a bit before. It's been a really cool ride to see, and like not knowing where it's going to go, and it kind of seems like it's just been going up, which is super fascinating. But yeah, it's been interesting.
Okay, so we got Engaged, The Secret Billionaire, and then Revenge of the Billionaire.
Sure, another great one, another fun one.
Another great one. And Rob, so I mean, you literally, we were just talking, the pace of this is insane from what I understand to do these. You just signed on to whatever, you're working on a project right now.
Yeah.
What is the pace, the script, and like, and also don't you guys have to shoot in like the space with like a vertical space, like on your phone? So when you're directed, it's so tight.
Yeah, it's wild, man. I mean, I know Michael, we've known each other for a long time because I was on soap operas, which is the only other genre that I can compare these to, really. I mean, I've been acting for 25 years, but really like as a career for 15 years. And I met you when I was on a soap. And that's the only other genre out of all the different styles of acting I've done that I can really compare these to as far as pacing, the amount of dialogue, the amount of material, the amount of pages you're doing every day. So I will say, like, that's when I stumbled into these through a mutual friend. You guys know Paul Ruddy, casting director friend that I've known for a long time. And I saw that he was casting these, and I kind of was like, what are these vertical things? And so he kind of hooked me up with my first one. And then as you guys know, once you do one, if the fans receive you well or whatever, they come for you. They just start snowballing in, and it's been such a blessing. But yeah, it moves. It's a different animal. It's a different beast. I mean, you gotta like sink or swim because you're shooting a lot of material very, very fast, 12-hour days. When I first started doing them, it was like 10-day shoots. What do you guys think, though? I feel like now they're like 7 to 8 days, which is
we're down to 6, which is wild.
Yeah, my first one was like 12 to 13 days back in 2023, and it's only gone.
Eric,
it's a little bit of the Wild Wild West still. Like I did one recently that was 11 days, and and then the next one's like 7. So yeah, it's all over the place. But actually, you brought up a good point that I want to throw out there. Raise your hand if you were cast in a Lifetime movie by Paul Ruddy.
I haven't done it already.
I was seeing if we had to try.
Paul Ruddy was my very first audition when I was maybe, I don't know, 20 years old, something like that. He was the first casting director I went in to see, and he was super nice. I was super green, fumbled over lines, and he was great. He was really he was a nice guy, and has continued to be
so great to have on the other side as an actor or casting director that's not looking at you like, I don't want you here. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, because you get those too.
Eric, would you say, like, have you turned down, like, is there a title or a thing like you'll say, I'm not going to play the werewolf of the da-da-da, or the, I mean, is there anything like you won't do? But these things are kind of racy, kind of, right?
So, yeah, a little bit. I feel like we can speak, I can probably speak for all four of us, kind of knowing the position that we're in. I would say most of us probably say no more than we say yes at this point, where we get offers regularly just in our inbox. And I'm not going to beat around the bush. Most of the scripts aren't great, and you get the project and it's just not exactly culturally applicable, or it's a misogynistic script that doesn't make any sense. And you're like, I've shot this, I don't need to shoot it again. And so that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm like, I say no to most of the things that come my way. And, but yeah, there's plenty of stuff I don't want to do. Here's a story. I was talking to someone recently. They're like, oh, like we want you for this, series of shows that they wanted to sign me to. And I was like, all right, are your scripts good? And the response was, well, what's a good script? And I was like, you just answered the question. Like, So and like they're like, oh well, we can take domestic violence out if you want. I'm like, that doesn't make a script good or bad, like that shouldn't just be in there like just for the hell of it. If it fits the story, great, but most of the time it does not fit the story.
Yeah.
The encouraging thing that I've seen is that there was I think a period of time last year, 2024 especially, when it was sort of like the standard vertical was sort of just being pumped out regularly, and a lot of those themes of misogyny, non-consensual situations, all of that was pretty prominent, and we were constantly as actors trying to fight around it. Now, while that still exists, I do feel like I've seen a lot of companies and other apps pushing in a direction that is better than that.
Yes.
We're trying to elevate the material. That other stuff still exists and it's still there. But we're moving in the right direction, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it was just kind of stunning for me coming into this, going like, oh my God, these titles.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of times those are not the titles that you get when you sign
up. I was going to say, like, the title you get is not.
I screwed my friend's football player on the football field, and like it's like some of these are just so like the titles.
Well, and that's the thing is like it's not what we sign on to. Exactly what Sam just said. We don't sign on to, I don't know, got pregnant by
my baby.
Yeah, we sign on to Devil's Triangle or something that sounds interesting. Like, oh, all right, cool, and then they turn it into that, and it's like we don't have any sort of say in that. And so, but I agree with what Nick said. I think that the trajectory is improving, and there are good scripts coming in. There's a lot of people producing them now that are traditional filmmakers, and that's what got me into producing. Is I started doing the regurgitated content, and I was like, I can't do this anymore. And so I got to the point I was like, I want to make good stuff that way so that I feel proud of my work. And now I feel like a lot of people are doing that, and that's a really it's good for the space.
I want to take a moment to give some kudos to Eric. His new book of poetry, Sex and Oatmeal.
Look at that! Look at that guy.
And is it number one? Did it just hit number one in the poetry or something?
It did thank you. On Amazon new releases, it is number one in poetry, which is absolutely wild. Yeah, there it is. And never imagined that in my life, but here we are.
That's awesome. Were you always a poet?
No, I have a degree in math and economics, and I use it every day. I started writing like 6 years ago, and it got to the point that I was like, I should, write a book, because I started sharing it, and I saw how the words affected people that were reading it. Thank you, Nancy. And and so it was great, and now I'm to the point that I'm writing my second book, as my first one is doing really well, and it's a fun way to express yourself and kind of make sense of things.
Okay, Paula wants to know, does Nick's shirts not have buttons?
It has buttons. As everybody knows, in my contract, 3 buttons have to be undone minimum. So
yeah, we said, yeah, right, exactly. So Sam, when you've gone through these and you get the script, like what's the process, and how long do you get to even like on a good production?
I will read through it pretty quickly. I'm only looking for a few things. Okay. I would not like to do anything non-consensual anymore. I think Eric is kind of touching on this point. I'm at the point where I don't need to do anything that's non-consensual. I don't need to do anything where I'm being drugged, I'm drugging someone else, anything like that. And then I just want to I want it to be a sweet script. I want to come out looking at least like a decent guy. There's a lot of these where the protagonist is still not a great guy at the end. And yeah, so look, at the end of the day, I just want to have fun on set. I want it to be a good group of people. I want it to be a good director who I vibe with and a good co-star who I vibe with. So life's too short to just not go to work and have a good time. So I'm kind of at that point where if I know it's going to be a great environment and the script is halfway decent, let's do it,
Nick, what's the fandom like? Because there are a lot of people here with us tonight. We appreciate you all being here. But what is it like, and Ben, for you, being in these types of verticals and being the romantic lead, or, what is I'm sure the females are going crazy. Is that kind of what?
I found them to be really supportive, honestly. And I wonder if most of you fellas feel the same way, but that's kind of been one of the real blessings. I mean, and I know it's probably different for guys versus girls, but I found a lot of genuine support coming from the fans. It's been really, really nice. And it's a good reminder too, that it's you're going to watch my work, support my work, be passionate about what it is that I do. it's really easy to have gratitude for people that approach what you do like that. So I have nothing but gratitude for all the fans. I've seen my following grow in a very specific way. I know exactly where it came from. So I thank you all. I really do. And I go to work every day to make fun stuff for everybody to watch. So,
Rob, you've done a lot of things. I mean, one of the things is I can't believe you played Jane Elliott's son on General Hospital. Do people still obviously know you as Dillon and come up to you? And then you've had your music. You have your music on Spotify. You've done a lot, and people still. What is it like now? Does still people come up to you about Dillon and your music? And there's a lot of people here commenting on it.
Yeah, I mean, the soap, again, Verticals just kind of, they do remind me of the soaps in a lot of ways. The not just the way we shoot them, but the way that there's a very specific fan base for the soaps and how loyal they are. I mean, the fans of soap operas really feel like they know the actors, you know, because the characters are on their screen every day. And I think similar to Verticals, like all of us have been in so many different Verticals, and these people, they can they can watch us, pull it out of their pocket at any point in time and watch us. It's just, it feels like, I don't know, it seems like they feel more of like a personal connection to us. So the fans are just super supportive. I mean, I've seen my fan base grow, and, you know, social media engagement grow because of Verticals. But yeah, man, it's nice. I mean, like, anytime we've all worked on so many different types of things, I think, at this point, and it's just like, it's nice when you're part of a genre that, you know, the fans are just excited about it. And like, yes, I agree. There's a lot of these scripts that are just like, can be cringe, you know, but I've had to kind of change my mindset about it. I think they're going to get better, and I think we should fight for them to continue to get better, obviously. But even the cheesy ones, that you got to just remember that, look, this is allowing somebody to have an hour of their day where they're not thinking about the wars all around the world, just the tragic state of affairs that's happening everywhere. You know, they get to check out and just enjoy themselves. So if I can bring an hour of peace to somebody's life because they can watch a cheesy rom-com or whatever, you know, these are, great, you know. But I agree. I think we all want these to get better, and the quality and the writing and the range of stories. Like, it'd be nice to do something besides CEO billionaire, you know, like, there's so many different stories we could tell.
Obvious CEO billionaire.
Yeah.
Is there ever a bad day? Like, what's a bad day for you guys? I mean, do you ever look bad? You do never look bad, I'm assuming. Like, is there a bad day where you're like, I'm not going to go to set? Like, what's a bad day? Because nobody looks like you guys. So, like, what's a bad day?
Well, Michael, if we had the luxury of being able to go, I'm not going to set today.
Yeah.
I would say you could be on your deathbed, 106-degree fever. You are still expected to go to set, take some Theraflu, and say those lines. And, you know, I would say that that's one of the harder things, is because he said average of 12 hours a day. I mean, I've done some that it's like you're doing 16 hours a day into overtime, and you are questioning your sanity on that 16th hour. But I mean, at the end of the day, it is still, we're making something that is escapism. It is a really great outlet for so many people. And so I think that, you know, when you're in those tough hours, you lean on your co-stars, and you're like, hey, we're getting through this together. And then you also remind yourself that this is for a good reason, and it's nice.
I'm a short guy. They would never have a short lead, though, right? You all have to be
come on. With that haircut,
apple boxes.
We get you a little apple box. You stand on it. It's fine.
I've stood on a lot of full apple boxes, guys.
When I go to when I have to go to the daytime Emmys and I'm standing, like, talking to the actors on the red carpet, everyone's 6 feet, right? So I'm on 2 apple boxes for sure. Do that. Apple boxes for sure. Do you guys have a favorite, like, vertical performance that you've done? Nick, Sam? Is there one that you're proud of that as Eric was talking about, some of them, you know, they're proud of? Is there something that you thought, I was really good in that? There was
one that I just finished. I just wrapped on one with Mariah Moss. That one I'm pretty proud of. I'm excited for that one to come out. I feel like it was this great little rom-com. We were able to really kind of rewrite scenes, improv, do different things to like elevate each scene. I'm pretty proud of that. I think it's actually going to genuinely be one that's funny and sweet and good to watch.
Do we know the title, or you can't say, or when it will be?
I mean, I could say what I think the title is, but who knows? and it's like love by a mistaken vow or something along those lines. But yes, once I know exactly what the title is, because it could change to "Oops, my fiance's lover's
Pregnant lover.
mafia werewolf is here." Yeah,
Yeah. Nick, what about you? Do you have one?
My favorite, it's going to sound like a cop-out, but it's the one that I met my partner on, Brooke. But it was the first vertical that I had gotten to work on that we sort of approached like a film, beginning, middle, end. It was early on. It was like the end of 2023. So a lot of the verticals up to that point that I'd worked on were very episodic. They were really treating the algorithm like the algorithm, going episode by episode. Things didn't feel connected. It felt like the first, it's called Faded to My Forbidden Vampire. It's on ReelShort. Yes, vampire tropes all over the place, like it's a vertical.
Have you all played a vampire in the verticals?
I have not.
Oh,
I know. I gotta do it. I got it.
No, it's vampires, werewolves, mafia, CEO. I'm trying to think of things I haven't covered here.
You have a lot of mafia ones.
I work a lot on
the mafia
guy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Eric, what about you? Do you have a favorite?
Favorite, I mean, I have like several that just kind of pop in my head. The Secret She Couldn't Escape on Viglu it's about a writer, so maybe I feel a little connected to that one, and it's a thriller, and it's actually good storytelling, properly written script. So I like that one. I have a show that's going to be coming out next month on ReelShort that we shot in Italy, and that one is absolutely phenomenal. And that one's with Nicole Maddox and Felix Merback, and that one I'm definitely proud of, and Campus Rivals, of course, because I produced it, so I have a little bit of heart and soul on that one.
Rob, what do you got? What's yours?
I think the one that probably just the one that. Well, actually, no. I did one for Viglu called Love, Lies, and Alibis, and it was done beautifully. The story was elevated. I was in that with Grace Swanson. It was. I mean, it looks like It looks like a Netflix movie. It's just, if you flipped it horizontally, they did it really well. The writing was new. The storyline was kind of like a knife who did it, kind of like murder mystery thing. So totally different storyline than what I typically do with verticals. I was like, yes, let's do more of this. So that was the one I'm the most proud of. But the other one that I just really enjoyed and had a lot of fun with and got to really start to see how big the fan base is becoming for these was called, hold on, it's like 8 words. The secret, ruthless billionaire, the secret or surrogate of the ruthless billionaire. I forget the title. It's a long title, but it like blew up, and it's Good Short's #1 show of all time. So that one was
there you
really
go.
Fun, and yeah, that just kind of showed me that these are not going anywhere, and I should probably jump on board.
Here's some Nick love. Nick, great.
Myself and my smolder always showing up in set.
Here's one. Nick should have been on The Sopranos.
If
I could see that. There you go.
If I was a little older, I was a little young when that was on. I was a little young to be watching it when I was watching it.
I want to ask you about this leading person, Eric. Not person, but I think this is one of your favorite leading people.
Oh, yeah, Rex. Oh, taking me back to that.
I loved this. I saw this scene with you and Rex on your reel.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so sweet. And I think we're talking about this.
Yeah, Tales of Christmas. Yeah. Of course, not even even this they got wrong. The dog on the poster is not Rex. Anyways, this
dude, it looked like you had a good relationship with Rex. Yes,
I did. It was, we talked about, Sam mentioned how he just wants to, go to set, have fun, and be around good people. And I was filming Chris's movie that's Christmas, it's romance, and it's animals. And it's like, it's so hard to show up to work and not just be happy the entire time you're there. And, I was with Rex, and the actual name of the dog was Goldie. And Goldie was just the cutest ever. And it was such a great film to be a part of.
Yeah, oh my God, love Tales of Christmas. Tales of Christmas is adorable.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Was that a vertical or was that a TV movie?
No, that's a horizontal. That's a linear.
Horizontal?
Love it.
I like how that's what we divide things up into now.
Yeah, I just did a podcast did a podcast earlier today that was micro drama doses, and one of the hosts called them Zonies. And I was like, I fucking love
Zonies.
that.
Okay.
We're doing Verties and Zonies. And I was like,
Oh,
you need to get that trademark, man.
It's funny.
That's funny. I love it.
Yeah.
So Eric, you said you produced some of these. I mean, would you guys want to write one of these?
Yeah.
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 Because I think you guys could probably write, knowing what you've gone through and what you'd like to see. You'd probably be great to write a story, and maybe it won't be called My Favorite Football Field Scene. Lover. Would you do that? What do you think?
Yeah, you know, Sam brought it up that he just worked with Mariah, and her and I have two shows that we're producing together, and she's a phenomenal writer, and it's great to be able to create that story together and create that world. And then another guy from the space, Tyler Morrow, he's actually more in the Zoni space than the vertical space, but him and I wrote a story together as well that we're going to turn into a vertical. So yeah, I mean, it's like, I think, again, we're at that point where we're getting to this 1920s Hollywood film area where like we're kind of creating the system from within. And then also it's like the independent film market is now going to become a thing, I think, in this space. So it's really exciting.
Rob, what's your family say about these verticals?
They're happy that I'm working.
Yeah.
It's been, as we all know, the world has just been wonky since COVID, and especially the entertainment industry. We've been hit with one thing after another between COVID, the pandemic, the strikes, the fires, everything moving to streaming. I mean, it's just it's the wild, wild west right now. So the fact that there is something that's growing and popping off, I think we're all smart to be ahead of the curve and jumping on board. I think it's going to evolve and grow and get better. And I think my family's just grateful I can pay my rent. I mean, honestly, they think they're cheesy and hilarious and fun to watch. And they're happy I'm working. And yeah, I think we're all like, we all know it's going to evolve and develop. And I mean, I think didn't like Disney just partner with DramaBox? There's like bigger companies wanting to come in, and it's going to be interesting to see where this ends up in a few years.
But hasn't this all started in China? Isn't that where this all originated? Because most of the companies are Chinese companies. Mm-hmm. Isn't that where kind of the whole concept came from, right?
Yeah, a lot of the money backing what it is that we're doing are coming from Chinese tech companies right now. Yeah.
Tina has an idea. I'd like to see a script where the man is in need of saving and is saved by the woman.
I just worked on one with Jessica Jacoby where it is called My CEO's Secret Agent. I'm not the secret agent. She is.
She saved you?
Wow. We'll see. You mean men need saving too? Is that what we're getting at?
Listen, if I had my way, she would have been scooping me up and carrying me off. But we'll see. I think we're moving in that direction where we're kind of trying out new things.
Now tell me, so you've got to shoot. It's vertical. Is most everything is a 2-person or maybe 3-person scene, right? That I've seen, right? So no. I mean, you're not going to have a group scene.
I mean, they do.
You have some horrible days when it's 10 pages of 7 people, 8 people in the scene.
The worst.
And for 2 straight days. Yeah.
Oh my God! So how do they go? Hey, you're not in the shot. Like, how do you guys all? Is the blocking nuts for this, or easy or hard? Then
yes,
sometimes
it's got to be like this, right?
Yeah, you just gotta. There's definitely scenes where you are unnaturally standing close to the people, and you just got to kind of accept it and trust that in the edit it's not going to look weird, but you're definitely closer to the person than you would need to be in real life to have a conversation. But I mean, you get used to it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then when you go to the app to watch these, if you're watching ReelShorts or DramaBox or whatever company that has them, they're all in these little 1.5, 2 minutes, but you have to keep watching the whole thing, right? It just keeps, and you could pick it up at any point, right? And go back.
I mean, essentially, like once you paid for,
right,
how many episodes you're in, you can go back and watch what you've already seen. Yeah, but there's certain paywalls and pay per episode. I know every app has their own version of virtual currency too.
You can either pay like for the month, right?
Right. So how quickly do you go from one to the other? Let's say you have one booked and then you're doing another. Is it insane if you're working a lot? Because I know it's been really hard for us to put this together. So
Well, that's like one of the blessings I think that we have is like we're at the place. I mean, this is what truly making it is to being able to work as much or as little as you want. And I mean, it's very addicting and it is very competitive to a degree. Like, you know, we all want to continue to grow and you know, strike the iron while it's hot, if you will. And so, yeah, I mean, sometimes you will shoot 4 shows back to back with 1 day off in between, and you play like schedule Tetris of how you can make it all work. And sometimes you do, or sometimes you get a nice little like few day break in between. So yeah.
Goats and Rabbits, is there any trope of any type of script you guys have turned down?
Yep.
Any trope type of script.
Try to stay away from the domestic violence, non-consensual stuff. Also, I personally have tried to stay away from anything that's targeting people with disabilities too.
Has there been things like that?
Oh my God, it's so bad.
Yeah, more recently I've seen a bunch that have kind of popped up in that arena. Yeah. So.
Oh my God. I was just gonna say, what's this? She's saying hopefully with verticals, they can bring in more experts to get things correct, like surgical procedures and nursing lingo.
Well, that's part of the fun though, Brittany, is that we, you know, all of a sudden we're doing
Have
surgery.
you played doctors?
I have, yeah.
No.
Okay.
That was actually pretty fun. Anything other than a CEO billionaire at this point, I'm stoked about.
Same.
So doctor, I'm like, hell yeah, I'll be a doctor. I mean, usually they still make you a billionaire. You're like a doctor, secret billionaire, but
if you have an occupation as opposed to rich. Yeah,
and vampires all good? Because they love vampires in this, right? Or no?
Your vampires are also CEOs who are really rich.
Vampires are CEOs. Yeah. Okay. So Myra's saying, I would love to see a calendar of these handsome men. Has there been a vertical calendar?
Michael, you can create it.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah.
You can just take all of our headshots.
I don't think that's.
We'll do a little Christmas photo shoot.
Christmas photo shoot. That's right. So, do you ever get so bogged down with this? Like, what's it like? Who's running lines with you? How are you like working on your scripts? Are you doing it yourself? Do you have a girlfriend, person, somebody that helps you, or are you just quick studies?
I don't know. I mean, kind of gotten to the point where I can't. There's just too many pages to look at it anytime before. I'll just look at it right before the scene, look at it a few times, run it over, and go. It's just too many pages a day to do anything differently. I don't know about you guys, but
it's so much like the soaps, Rob. Everybody
sure.
just like that, right?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, read the script. I read the script, give it a good read, and like have an idea of what I want to do. But you got to really just show up to set and be able to just kind of go with whatever the fuck is thrown at you, because it's going to be changed. The blocking is going to be totally different than what you thought it is. You're going to have way less time or way more time on a certain scene than you thought you would. And it's like, you just got to kind of be able to wing it, like be prepared and have an idea of what you want to do. But if you're overly prepared for these, it's kind of like, you want to be able to adapt and shift. So I kind of go, and I think you guys probably do the same. I kind of take it scene by scene. What are we doing next? Okay, give me that scene. Let me work on this, you know.
The more you focus on story and where you're at in the story and who you're talking to, you know, that really helps me compared to like, going over your lines. Like, but where am I at in the story? Who am I talking to? What are we talking about? What's happening here? Oh, okay. And we say, these are the things that we get to talk about. Okay, go. You know, I think, there's just too many pages to try to, you know, come up with like, all these decisions that you want to make.
If you haven't done a military vertical, would you? I know they can't do everything correctly with uniforms, but I think you all would rock it. How do you feel about a military story?
Sure, as long as it's done tastefully and with enormous respect to them, I think that would be the main thing for me.
Yep, integrity for sure is definitely part of that. And, you know, one of the things that I think, Michael, I'm not sure how much you know this about the space, but a lot of this space is copycatish, where it's like they wait for some show that is a new quote trope to a degree or a new subgenre to blow up. As soon as it blows up, there will be 100 verticals that are borderline the same story in that same realm. So until we have a proper military script that goes viral, it will be very likely that we won't get, you know, many that come our way. But then once we have one that's, a guy who's, American Sniper type of thing, and like, then it could open up the doors. But that's kind of where the industry is it's very much what is hot. Okay, they're popping off on that app. Now all these apps are going to go make it.
Right.
Got it. Well, you guys are all going to be at Verticon. This is coming up, the first Ultimate Fan event for Verticals, and it is September 26th through the 28th, and it's going to be in the Culver City Hilton, and you can get more information on the website, which is verticonbwp.com. So you're all going to be there. Does that mean you're going to like sign autographs and stuff?
Sure.
Yeah.
You coming, Michael?
I'm coming.
Okay, nice.
Cool. I didn't realize we're all going. That's great. Are we all doing Verfest too?
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Wow.
So you get to see these guys. I guess there's panels and autographs and meet and greets and things like that, right? It's been really interesting promoting this because you just see there's so many people. I mean, Eric, we saw that on Instagram. They're like, oh, I'm so disappointed. I'm in Europe and I can't see this live right now, but I can't wait. And I'm like, we have a replay. Like, this is very broad. Global,
very. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the Vertical Awards are coming too. Saturday, September 27th. So best actor, actress, best vertical. So would you be possibly winning this, I guess?
Is that part of Verticon? Is that
part of Verticon?
This is news to me too.
It's like the evening after Saturday events at Verticon, from what I understand.
Okay.
Yes.
I love it.
There's actually a People's Side. It's the People's Choice Award of Verticals.
Yeah.
Cool. So are they? I wonder if they're letting, I guess they're letting whoever's at Verticon vote that weekend, probably, right? And then I have no idea what's going on with that. That's cool.
That's still a bit of a mystery to us. I think that from what they were saying though, like nominations and voting were more supposed to be coming from industry insider people. I guess, like people involved in verticals. But
yeah.
I'm in Australia. Hello.
What's up?
I'm in Portugal. Hello.
Yeah, it's kind of amazing.
Isn't it?
It's fascinating.
I really think it's fascinating. It's incredible what you guys have kind of.
The Philippines, man. The Philippines they love them.
Yeah. I think like if you'd have told us 2 years ago that, whatever first vertical we worked on was going to result in global global visibility and failure of imagination on all of our parts, I think. Yeah, it's kind of wild. And it's
how could we have forecasted that this would be our current lives?
I would have tried a little harder at the beginning.
Czech Republic.
There you go.
Hey,
nice.
I'm in Jamaica.
Damn,
that's so great.
Now this is great. It's okay. Texas is good.
Texas,
I love Texas.
Texas is good. And Sam is from the UK. There
you go.
Hey.
So that's great. I mean, I really think it's amazing when you kind of can touch base with the fans, right? That you're actually who's watching this, right? Because you're doing all this work and you don't know what getting in touch with the fans. So I think this Verticon thing is a great opportunity for you guys to do that.
Well, I think we've all worked on projects that, we've all done independent features, right? And, you make it and you think it's going to be, the biggest thing ever. And then it doesn't even get distributed, right? And it's painful and it kind of tugs at your heart a little bit. You're like, I sacrificed weeks of my life for that and took almost no pay to do it and all that stuff. And then verticals, one of the coolest things is it goes out, B, it gets so many views and it means so much to those viewers. And you get to actually visually see those metrics of how it goes.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Do you want to introduce?
No. Hi guys.
She's telling.
Hi to Nick.
She's like, we need him. This
I
is
know.
done.
She's taking him away from us.
Sorry,
I have 5 minutes, but I'm here.
But Eric, you're right. It's not up to us to decide how important or how impactful the work that it is that we do hits other people, right? And that's sort of the thing that I think, and I do my best every day to not take it for granted. But so many people have been so supportive about the work that we do, and I just again, you couldn't have forecasted it, but it's not up to us to decide that. And I just think it's special that so many people
That's a good point. That's a good way to put it. Like, who are we to? I mean, the amount of messages that I get, you guys too, like the DMs on these things. It's like people really, really appreciate these, and it's their guilty pleasure. Everybody's got something they watch that they can just zone out on, and they love it. So it's cool, man.
Everything else on your phone is like bad news, So like,
right.
So why not, watch a vertical for an hour?
Sherry's asking, when some of these verticals end with cliffhangers, any chance for a part 2? So I like the cliffhangers are great, or you don't like the cliffhangers? You like it to wrap up, or what's your thought?
One thing I think for this space is we need to have continued stories. To my knowledge, there are only 3 or 4 shows that have actually had a part 2 sequel, because that's why it's calling them series or mini TV shows is almost stupid, because they are a movie. It's a one-off. It's just that it's it's just chopped up. But I think that one of the big things that could happen in this space, which will actually allow it to grow, is to have an ongoing series where someone is playing a character for more than just 90 minutes. And then as a viewer, just like, Vampire Diaries, you get to fall in love with the characters and their arcs, and you get to actually build an arc versus trying to just do a whole arc in 80 minutes.
100%. And Rob, we know that from soap operas. It's literally the continuation of the character that people invest in, and they get to know, and the familiarity and coming back. It's the same I tell people in pro wrestling and watching WWE. You're watching the progression of the story, and there's a payoff, and then you go to the next. I think that's so important. I think that would be key to this space too.
I think they'll definitely start doing that. I think they got to start doing that for sure, especially with the ones that are popular. Like, keep it going,
Because like with TV, like it was a whole different level of intimacy, right? Bringing people into your living room. Now you're bringing people wherever your phones go. You're laying in your bed watching verticals, and so desiring that long form storytelling, that connectivity to characters for over a long period of time. Like, I feel like that's got to be the next step.
Sam, is there what would you love to do though? Or do you want to do motion pictures, soap operas, daytime? Are you open to anything, or is there something you really kind of like? What's your kind of dream?
I mean, look, I love the verticals. What did you call them, Eric? Zonties or whatever?
Zonnies.
Zonnies.
I didn't call them that. The host of the last show.
Sure.
Yes.
Zonnies are the main focus. I do write as well. So going down the line of producing and writing for Zonnies, a couple of my scripts have gone nicely. I write horror and comedy. A couple of things went to Blumhouse and Twisted Picture and Mar Vista and all that. So that's kind of the long-term goal would be to produce my own Zonnies. But in the meantime, the verts have been great, and I'm super grateful for them.
Rob, what about you? Also, just comment. Rob, are we going to get some new music soon?
I hope so. I would like to. I've been just really focused on surviving out here, and acting has been great with these, and I've had a few other projects sprinkled in between vertical stuff too. But I plan to, for sure. Thank you. A lot of people, that's been fun too. Like, a lot of people have found my music because a lot of new vertical fans have found my older, old acting stuff or music, and it's really nice. The support. I think we can all agree that the vertical fans are in it. They are they're strong.
They can get things done.
Yeah.
Nick, is your dream to be in a Scorsese movie? Like, where do we put you?
I would love that. Yeah. I think that, I'm obviously being in I would also love something long form storytelling like The Sopranos. I'd love to be on a TV series. But I find that verticals are they're this great training ground for whatever it is you want them to be. Like, if Sam, you wanted to produce a vertical, it's just another step towards producing something else. You know what I mean? It's sort of like a training ground for all the different departments that go into making something. And so, that's sort of what I also find this to be, where it's just so quick that we make stuff, but it's been great. I'd love to maybe produce my own work too. And I've been writing a couple of things too. So I don't know. Yeah. Lots of different stuff.
And Eric, what do you think? What's like your perfect dream role? What would you love to do that you haven't done?
Well, first off, I wanted to say, since we have so many fans on watching right now, a lot of them will ask us, hey, can you get part 2? Hey, can you get this? we have power, but we also don't have that much power. The apps are the ones that dictate the stories and what's coming out. So my advice to all of you watching right now is to spam the crap out of these apps and comment and say, we need part 2 of this, we need part 2 of that, because we don't have that much say. And we get to produce some things a lot of the time, but that's hard to come by. So tell the apps what you want to see. Tell the apps what you are longing for, and we'll make it happen. And then continuing, yes, I would love that. Ryan Gosling would love that. No, I think that in the future, that's my hope too, is just to continue making things that I'm proud of. That's what I want to do.
Guys, I love you all. This has been awesome. They're going to kill me. I got to go, but I can't wait to see you guys and meet you guys in person. Michael, it's going to be great to see you guys at Verticon, right? So,
yeah.
Bye. She's going to go.
Man. Pleasure to meet you, bud.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you. See you.
All right. So we were saying, but to your point, Eric, about them being vocal about what they want to see, right? In these verticals.
Yeah. I mean, like, social media is the way that we're all connected right now, right? And the way to actually get things done is you need to tell these apps what you want to see, and don't watch the shows that are trash. I mean, like, to be honest, if a show is I mean, we talked about integrity. If a show is not good, like, especially just integrity wise, don't watch it, because that is giving data to these apps that, okay, this type of show isn't popular, we shouldn't keep remaking it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are there any lessons you guys have learned on your vertical journey that you wish you knew at the beginning or sooner?
That's a good
Sam,
question.
what do you think?
Speaking into what we said before, like, you just never know what these things are going to be. So I guess, like, a good lesson, just encompassing like all of my acting career, is always just give 100% into everything that you do, because you never know what it's going to become. You never know that it's someone's favorite thing they're going to watch.
Or who's watching, or who?
Yeah, exactly. So I think that was a really good lesson for me, to just, like, it doesn't matter, what you think of something at a certain time. Always give your full effort.
Nick, what do you think?
That especially, like what I was saying earlier, it's not up to us. And I think as a young actor, I probably very selfishly thought this, but it's not up to us to decide what our work means to other people. Our job is to give our best, give all of ourselves, and put it out there, and leave it all in the court, if that makes sense. So that's a good lesson. I also think I've gotten much better at, just because now, like Eric was talking about, we do have a little bit more power. I'm getting better at saying no, getting better at trying to navigate the workspace, working around so many people constantly, different projects. That's been definitely something that I've definitely gotten better at, navigating all the different, avenues and types of personalities on set too. It's been good. Learning how to work with people is a good skill.
Eric, what do you think about your journey on this? Anything?
I mean, I feel like I've really learned such a vast amount of information about filmmaking. I mean, to the point that we can, the last show I was on, it was called a bunch of words, but we're gonna call it "Oops." That was the first word. And anyways, like, it was a great collaborative energy between the actors, the director, even the DP, and I'm seeing us go through blocking, and we're not making our days. We're going into overtime because there's 3 male leads in it, right? And so I'm looking at blocking, and I'm like, hey, instead of having us move over there, why don't we keep us here? That was so that we can get cross coverage here. That'll make one less setup for us to go over there, and then we can move on to, it's like, where in the world are you going to get the ability to talk like that in a collaborative space, when then the DP is like, yeah, this is a great idea, I like it, and the director's like, hell yeah. ADs always love it. Anytime you can get the AD to make their day, they're happy, right? Like, to have that experience, and to really see the efficient ways to make a film, to see ways to kind of get into all of the departments and make it all work. That's one of the things I'm forever grateful that this space has really shown me on such a intimate level.
Yeah.
Mitch is asking, just started doing verticals in Atlanta. I'm 5'9". Any chance I'll get a lead or always be supporting? This is a good point, right? Because all the guys are tall.
Brother, I'm not that much taller than you. Apple boxes are created for a reason. Get a nice pair of boots and call it a day. You know? Like,
I don't know if your height means everything in terms of being a leader supporting, to be perfectly honest.
They may think it, but it doesn't.
You're a decent looking guy and you are a decent actor. Yeah, it can happen.
What is it like? I was watching a clip, Eric, on your Instagram, I think, and it was like a behind the scenes of you with one of the women on one of the verticals, and there's this intimate moment you're supposed to kiss, and there's you showed like kind of it stopped, and it was just kind of showing that. Is it nerve-wracking to work with an actress in this kind of vertical space, somebody that you may have just met in a romantic way in these scenes?
I mean, it's definitely a case-to-case scenario. I would say 90% of the time, it's never an issue. The main issue I have is like because we're trying to shoot these in 7 or 8 days, you'll get to set, you won't have done a table read, and then the second scene of the day is like the heaviest intimate scene in the whole movie, and it's like, okay, we literally just met. I don't even know their name by heart yet, and so that's a very difficult thing. But also, we are so like fine-tuned as actors that we're used to showing up, and if the first scene of the day and the first scene of the movie calls for an intimate scene, we are professionals. We know how to properly approach that and make it happen. And I think it's actually really nice when it's like day 5 and you are so close with your co-star at that point. You've spent like 60 to 70 hours with them, and so you can actually work through how to make a scene really, really good. And that's a really nice.
We do work with intimacy coordinators too, which are
Clarifying
super helpful.
That's got to be helpful, right? Yeah.
There's been situations where they are wildly necessary. Sometimes you're getting told to do things that aren't in the script, or that you're not comfortable with, or that you misinterpreted in the script. But yeah, at the end of the day, the intimacy stuff, as long as everything's copacetic, it's just work. It's not as, it comes out looking real sexy, but on the day, it really isn't. There's, the sound guy's right there holding the boom to your face. And like, there's tons of people around in the room, and it's very choreographed and this and that. Usually it's like right after lunch. So you feel like you look ridiculous, like you've just scarfed down like a whole meal. That's what I'm more concerned about.
Jen's thing, you all have to be comfortable being shirtless. So to your point, you must have to. So is there times when you're not? Like you just
sometimes when you've just been fed like 10 pounds of Chinese food on set, and then you got to pop your shirt off and you're like, all right, let's go. That can be a little daunting, but at
a certain point, you just surrender and you're like, what I got is what you get right now. If it's pre-lunch, post-lunch, this is
sure.
Eric, like, who discovered you to do all the romance stuff? How did you all kind of like, did somebody discover you? Did you just apply? Like, how did you get into all this initially?
Like we're talking about all this right now because of social media, right? This industry exists because of social media and everything. And back like right around the pandemic, like a few months prior, I had established myself as a full-time model. And then during the pandemic, a photographer, his name's Chris Correa, he reached out to me when I was in Florida, and he was like, hey, I want to shoot you for book cover. And I was like, what the hell is that? And he was like, just like, like, trust me, like, we'll shoot you. I was like, I'll pay you this. Like, and he was like, I think you do really well. And we did. And then I sold like 11 covers for my first shoot with him. And he was like, dude, you need to make a career out of this. And 200 something covers later, here we are.
Amazing. Has there been the moment for each of you? I mean, I've had this in my career too. Like, you're like, I just can't with this anymore. Like the difficulties of being an actor, or have you continued to have that drive and that hope that kept you going, even if there were tough times? Or was there a moment when you thought, I'm done?
I think my brain is split into 2 sides where I go, what am I doing? And then the other side of being like, oh yeah, like you have to have this weird, like false sense of confidence. I think sometimes where like, you just know it's going to happen. And then there's like a little part of your brain that's like, this is never going to happen. But like, you just don't listen to that. And you just like, keep going. That's at least how I feel from time to time.
Yeah. Nick, what about you?
I feel like I ask myself the question every day if it's what I want to do. And as long as the answer is yes, then we keep, and I think that kind of goes with a lot of things. But I think it's okay to ask yourself that question. I think as a young actor, I was like, well, no, what I must, one track mind. And I think as I got a little bit older and sort of figured out all the things that I loved to do in life, as well as being an actor. I was like, do I want to keep doing this? Yes. But it's okay to ask yourself that question.
But there was never a moment like, I'm done.
Oh, I mean, the universe was telling me a lot of no when I moved here, the world shut down. I couldn't book a regular job, let alone an acting job. I was trying to navigate like having just moved, COVID, not being able to be on unemployment, trying to get jobs. Nobody knew me. Nobody could meet me in person. I was like, this is pretty tough. This is bad. But I stuck it out, and stubbornly enough, stuck it out. And, finally got to reap the rewards from hanging on. So,
Eric, any time you thought I can't.
I wake up every day, and of course there's those days after you've worked 14. I mean, too much of anything is a bad thing, right? You could have too much of money, and we see how that can be a bad thing, even though these verticals tell us that billionaires are amazing. But I wake up every day, and no matter what, I still want to go and do my work. I'm proud of my work. I'm happy to go do that. I came from a finance background, and I was good at it, but that doesn't mean that you're supposed to do something just because you're good at it. If you wake up and you feel inspired to get out of bed and go do what you're doing, that's really the greatest part of all of this, is we get to go be with our friends, make stuff that people care about, and have fun doing it.
I'm excited to see Karen Eric's new one with being a boxer.
Yeah, imagine if I had a boxing scene in that one.
You don't?
Oh. Dude, I'm literally a boxer, and I don't have a boxing scene. And not to spoil it for people, but
wearing boxing gloves. Like, how do we know you're a boxer? Right?
The first opening, I haven't seen any of it yet, but I just know from filming it. The first opening thing is me throwing jabs, and it's a magazine shoot, and then that's the whole thing. And I'm like, why don't we have not to toot my own horn? I played hockey for 18 years. I played football and baseball. I'm pretty athletic. And then I see these, no offense to some of the guys, but I see guys that don't know how to hold a baseball bat the right way doing a baseball one. And I'm like, bruh, how did this happen? So anyways, I didn't do boxing in that one.
Okay. Now, Sam, what do you think about this? I wish blooper reels would be released.
We just asked for this on our last one, and I hope we get it because I think they're great. I love blooper reels. Yeah, and it shows great BTS of the fun time that you hopefully had on set. So very adamant about.
Has there been outtakes? Has there been any outtakes shown on the apps of your?
Not on the apps, but I'm hoping at least for the one that we just did that they give it to us and then we can just release it on social media because they're fun.
I think there's some social media pages that have some, but
yeah. I would like to see Nick as a werewolf and Brooke as a vampire. That would be good. It'd be a good series.
We both would be open to that crossover. I think Brooke was not a vampire in the one that we did together, so she's down.
Hold on one second. It says Devil's Triangle blooper reel is fire.
Yeah, that was fun. That one, the footage was given to me by the client, which is the app, and I was able to cut up a fun little blooper segment. And then I did another one with Kira, and she cut up a blooper reel. Same thing for Dreamy. Dreamy seems to give us footage, so that's great.
Nice.
That's great. Okay, so coming up as we wrap, so do you know what's coming out next for you? Because there's been a lot of titles said here. Eric, what is coming out shortly?
Well, I just had the one come out with Kira 24 hours ago. I don't actually know the title because when we shot it, it was called Second Chance, and then they turned it into something about a bed and testing something, measuring. I was like, oh God. Anyways, but that one just came out, but I have one that's coming out, at the beginning of September. That's going to be, Dungeons of Ecstasy. And that one is phenomenal.
And what do you play in that?
I can't give away too much. I play
something in a dungeon.
It's so hard to explain. I play I start by playing a husband. Let's put it that way.
Okay. Start by playing. Sam, what's coming up with you? Do we have anything?
I got 3 in the can. One with Jess Jacoby, who then went on to work with Nick right after. One with Abigail Fawn, which is a nice comedy. The one with Jess is a dark one. People are going to watch that. Strap up because that one was a heavy duty one, a lot of tears. And then the one with Mariah Moss, which is a super fun, lighthearted comedy one, which I'm looking forward to all of them. They're all different. They're all great.
Interesting. You don't know the titles either.
Probably not. I mean, it's not even worth saying. I'm yeah.
They're gonna change. They're gonna change.
Yeah.
Film
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3. We'll just
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
Nick, what about you? What's coming up?
I've got 4 in the can right now. I'm trying to think of it. The one that I'm really excited about seeing. Is one. It's like, I don't know, like Adopted Love. I don't know. This something along those lines will be the title. But I got to go to the San Gabriel Airport, get in a helicopter, fly around, land, get out, and have
That's dope.
It's pretty cool. So, does it have anything to do with the plot? You have to watch to find out.
They just needed to show that you're rich, man.
Yeah, but it looks really cool.
Nick, was it the scene from 50 Shades of Grey? Is that where you're shooting?
No, I don't think so. Oh God, no, I haven't seen that film, Eric.
You guys
You
have
haven't seen 50 Shades of Grey and you work in this space?
Listen, Elton John didn't listen to other people's music, apparently. So
I know you and I talk sports all the time, and huge baseball fans right here. Me and Nick, that's half of our jargon. But
wait! I'm a huge baseball fan. So who's your team?
I'm from Boston, so Red Sox.
Oh,
he's a Red Sox fan.
I'm
a White Sox fan. So.
I'm Yankees.
And you're a Yankees fan. Beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I respect Yankees fans. You guys at least care about the team. So if the team has a fan base, I'm happy. That's me.
Sam, you're not in this.
I played semi-professional soccer, and now it's golf.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Obsessed with golf.
Oh yeah.
You have a favorite golfer?
Probably Bryson DeChambeau.
Okay. Yeah.
Or Tiger back in the day. Not so much anymore. But yeah.
Anyways, you guys, before we close again, you can see them in Verticon September 26th through the 28th. Go to verticonbwp.com for ticket information and more. This has been really great. I want to thank
super fun.
Much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. Nick, thank you so much for everything. Sam, it's so great to meet you. Eric, really a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Michael,
everyone that was watching, thank you so much too. This has been a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for being with us. Have a great one.